I now present the worst thing in comedy, a parody of a comedy. Get ready for jokes that don't land with no sense of timing. Oh, cello. Greetings, my name is Professor Quentin Van Clifton, and I used to be addicted to roast beef, but then I just went cold turkey. I'm a professional composer and cellist in the SoCal area. SoCal is short for Southern California. I once proposed a slogan to the Los Angeles Tourism Board. I said, make SoCal more social. The only thing missing is I, referring to you. As a result of that proposition, I can no longer vote. I have been tasked by the Exit 54 Philharmonic to become their first social media director, or SoCal media director. As I was the only one in the orchestra who could figure out how to enter an Apple store to buy a computer. When I realized that the front door of the Apple store was really just a missing fourth wall, I entered and bought a Macintosh G7. They found it in the break room under some coffee filters, and I bought it for a steal at $11.73. A young man named Greg rang me up. I think his name was Greg. He was wearing very roomy khakis. I am the acting assistant to the associate principal cellist of the Exit 54 Philharmonic, as well as an adjunct cello professor at the Catskills Technical College. No, it is not in the Catskills. It is a school for domesticated show business cats to develop skills. Dean Fluffy is very progressive and started a music conservatory for the humans. Anyway, I'm here today to tell you how warm and welcoming the symphony orchestra is. If you've never walked into a symphony hall to see an orchestra... Okay guys, I'm just getting out of character for a second. So if you've never been to an orchestra concert before, imagine being a child again who has a friend with a slip and slide. And you love this friend, and you love the slip and slide, and it's all genuine and wonderful. But the problem is the slip and slide resides on the property of their parents, and their parents paid $1.6 million for this McMansion in the Midwest in 1996. And so now all your genuine love of this friend and the activity is now a subsidiary of your stress about how to act around rich people. Well, now that I've done my job as a salesman, let's get you a fully loaded experience. If you're curious about how to get the most out of your symphony orchestra going experience, here's a few tips. First, have your tickets mailed to you. That way, you don't have to wonder if the college kid sitting at Will Call makes more money than you just because they're sitting behind an Art Deco box office window. Second, take a taxi or rideshare to the venue. The fear of death and the suspicion that there's meaninglessness to the universe has never been so clearly illustrated as when you encounter 6 levels of underground gray parking garage adjacent to the symphony hall. I say miss it. Third, stop off at the gift shop before the concert. You're feeling cultured, right? You at the orchestra? Fits like white gloves, or those fancy golf club handling gloves. Double down on your getting some culture by purchasing an 18 by 26 by 4, and that's in feet, coffee table book on the German expressionist painter Wassily Kandinsky. You'd be Wassily not to. Feeling peckish? Stop by the Welcome Wagon to procure the ever-popular Toblerone bar. I hear you asking, do they sell these at Rite Aid? And I would say you are wrong, Aid. The Toblerone bar is produced somewhere in Southeast Hell and is sent up on individualized conveyor belts to every symphony hall in the world. That's all you need to know.
When you arrive at your seats, a few words of caution. The ability to make organic small talk with a friend or lover of many years will be rendered ineffective. The unwanted thoughts that start percolating are completely normal. Thoughts such as, I never knew I was afraid of big open spaces. Is that Dame Jane Goodall in a Givenchy slip dress sitting in front of us? Maybe if I read this Ernst & Young ad in the program, I'd fit in better. Your final trigger warnings. The lights will go down like it's a movie. The first person that walks out will be that concert person, who probably owns a Peloton bike. The second person who walks out will be the conductor, who probably does not own a Peloton bike. Do you feel that I'm about to fail the SAT stress level when the orchestra tunes? You're in the home stretch. Your 2 hours of bliss on the slip and slide awaits you. The music starts. Now, you could choose to feel your eyes getting teary from sleepiness. You could. But try to relate the music to your life story. Maybe your eyes scan the sepia landscape of the upper mezzanine, and you see them with a harp arpeggio, the love of your life. They're wearing a red dress with a black tuxedo. It seems like the placid elegance of the string playing perfectly matches their resting in public face. As they twirl their mustache and reapply their lip gloss, the woodwinds seem to clue you in to their capricious wiles. Your mind wanders. As the brass and percussion build, you sense the story of your life beginning for reals this time. Each counter melody in the French horns is a carpet leading you to the marble floors of the lobby. With a suspended cymbal roll, the crowds part, and you're standing face to face with them. And as the tutti orchestra texture drops out, and the strings tremble with tremolo, you ask them, it was a horrible Act 1. In the intermission of our lives, will you be my Act 2? Blackout. Alexis, turn off Studio A.